everyone, it's my teacher channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, I'm out for a walk, obviously. But we're going to talk about Carlton versus Collingwood. And I'll talk about Carlton Football Club because at the moment they are a topic team. Now, with Collingwood, I'm actually not nervous on this game. Believe it or not, probably should be, considering it's us. But watching Sweep Luke's preview, getting that out, I'm confident that we can play the same way. Now, people are going to say, "Oh, West Coast are, very, not a good pressure team," and all the rest that comes along with that. But you got to think of one thing too. I think that helps what we can. Richmond lost to West Coast, right, in Perth. So what that does tell me, that the way that we play is that we got to control them. Play faster ball movement and not kick long to the defence of the West Coast Eagles. And I think that we can do the same thing. Like Carlton got some players there, Tom Mitchell, who can have more than 30 disposals, but isn't as impact. And when he does impact the game and has that meters game, I think that does help him the way that it probably should. But having said that as well, I think we need to be more alert on the issue. The facts are, if we can just be smart, get the ball in there to a mismatch, we can certainly mark the footy. So when I talk about the lineups and I talk about the way that we go about it, I think that Hawthorn like to play slow as well. So I think as well, we can afford to potentially play better football. I think the way we need to work out the length of the way that Hawthorn play is that slow ball movement isn't always a good thing. So for me, Hawthorn are a beatable team, and so are we in that fashion. But we can just be glad that we're going to be a good team with that as much as possible. So I like to see how we can handle it. To be honest, I think we'll win. I think I said about 7 points. I'm pretty sure I said, or 24 points. So around that margin, I think it might be more. The way that we can play, it's good football. I think as well we need to be better when we move the ball forward as well, on top of that. But more talented than Hawthorn? Yes, we are more talented than Hawthorn. And there's a reason why for that as well, because we can play exciting football. We can play attacking football. We don't need to worry about other things as well. But you're making a video about Hawthorn, the way they go about it, it's pretty simple. Tom Mitchell likes the easy handballs at the back. It's uncontested for him. It's not even contested. It's not like he can have a Scott Pendlebury type game where he can run through and handball to a teammate over the top. So I think that way is probably more easier. But we need to see something, yeah? We just need to see something. On top of that. And I think we can certainly do it, no doubt. Now, Carlton. The difference between us and Carlton at the moment, right? We've got a new coach who's the caretaker for now. So, what does that tell me? I think people are starting to work out that Teague's not the right man for the job. I've been saying it for, I knew he'll get it because, he's doing a really good job in the way that they're getting the wins on the board. But then 2020 hit and 2021. To get a coach basically on, 2 years ago? Is that how you want to play? On the base on how a team's going to set an example and attack that through the corridor. There's no handballing game. There's no, okay, you get a lead and then you can put a good team away. Even if it's a bad team, you got to still put them away. I see in how Carlton play against Gold Coast, and Gold Coast got some young kids in, they're talented kids. The coaches. Sexton's a really good player, he's very talented. Farini, Ben King. So, is it, are Gold Coast Suns going to be a top 8 team? No. But have they improved? Yes, but there's still certain areas of their game I think that they'll be working out on what are their strengths and weaknesses. I've got no doubt on that. But I see it as them working really hard. They play well for each other. They actually play as a team. I don't see that in Carlton. It's individual brilliance. Last week against St Kilda, they played well as a team. This week, they don't. So I think with that, you want to perform. You want to see the fight in Carlton. To play as a team. You don't have to be a talented team. You don't have to have stars in that team. You just got to be able to play well and play your role. Everybody plays their role and you get the job done. We play our role last week we got to back this up this week. Today's a chance. Today's game is about how we play as a team. Look, players are going to be fighting to keep their spots on the list, and that's a fact. But you want to be showing something to the coach. Hey, I care about this club, and I will do anything to play for the jumper. The Guernsey. See this Guernsey? As I only got like one hand at the moment. But that simplifies the Guernsey. The black and white Guernsey right there shows you something. I don't see Carlton playing for that navy blue Guernsey. They don't. Charlie Kerner. Did I think that he was going to do well second game back? No. I think the same thing for Jeremy Howard. Second game back from an injury, and that's a long, like he's had a long layoff than Jeremy Howard. But second game back from any injury, you're not going to do well because, you know, once you start getting contact, you're going to feel sore. Like, you can feel sore the first game back and go, no, for precaution, I think you have to miss some games. And I just don't see, like, I just don't see Jeremy Howe probably having a super game. But I just don't see why Carlton have this audacity to play Eddie Betts. Like he's injured. Put him on ice for the whole season. Yeah? Play Mark Murphy for 300 games. That's just individuals. You don't do this stuff. Collingwood don't do it. Collingwood didn't guarantee Josh Fraser to play 200 games. He would get there, but he's, you know, it would take, he'll have to work hard, but it would take for a suspension or an injury for him to be selected. And that's where I think Mark Murphy, well, as a medical staff, I watched a bit of the fan cams. Obviously, I was watching Squawk with Luke with Taylor Adams yesterday, and I want to try and get on and ask him a question about the Guernseys. Like, do you get confused with the jumper clash? Like when we play against Essendon and Richmond when it's our home game. GWS, even Geelong, like sometimes away games against Geelong, like you can see there's a bit of a clash. Because both teams got white on the Guernseys. Like the black probably does stand out as well. So you want to have that thing of, well, are there an issue? Does the AFL have to force clubs? And this is widely an issue across the AFL, that each team has to have more than one clash Guernsey, like how Adelaide do. And you can probably say, you know what, this does suit more than anything. Because you can see what Guernsey comes out. So I think with that, I do want to see it. Like, I want to see all clubs do it. But that's a separate issue on a separate video altogether. But Carlton, like as I was saying with Carlton, the fans, and look, Blue Ball probably knows, drink the Kool-Aid and you go, we're back. But then you hit reality. And it's like, what do I think of that performance? You know, what was I thinking that Charlie Curnow or Harry Mackay will dominate? So I think on top of that, you need to be able to perform. Yeah, we all need to perform. So I think now is an opportunity that we can do it. I think now, right? That I have a look at Carlton, and I got sucked in. I got sucked in to tip him. I was thinking, yeah, you know, what a performance. Do I want to see that more often? Yes. But I don't see that as an option. So, what do I expect? What do I expect as well on top of that? I'll go through the game, right? So, the scoreline was 8-9, 57 to 11-10, 76. Newman had 25 disposals and 8 marks. Walsh had 9 tackles, 23 disposals. Ed Curnow 25 disposals and 8 marks. While Trick Miller had 34 and 7 marks. Will Powell had 28 disposals, 8 marks, and Fiorini had 23 disposals and 11 tackles. Gold Coast played for their coach. They played like, okay, we want to win. It did not matter where they are on the ladder. They are a bottom 6 team. They're there for a reason. Unfortunately, when it's coming to play consistent footy, you don't see them playing well enough. Like, they can get off to a good start and they can drop away. Is it because they're a young team but they've got some experienced players? Brandon Ellis kicked the goal but then got injured, so he couldn't play further part of the game, take any further part of the game. But Jacob Townsend kicked 2 goals, and he used to play for Richmond and Essendon, and even I think the Giants. So, what does that tell you? Right? What does that tell you? That he's at like his 4th club. He wants to prove himself. He wants to show that he can play his role. And I think first game for the year, I think you got to play him. He's an experienced head, can teach these young kids, and realistically, we need to find form. You find form. So you got to set the standards. Carlton don't have any standards. And the first quarter, okay, I give them that. 3-2 to 1-4, but it's only 10 points. Alright, 10 points. 1-4-10 to 3-2-20. That's only 10 points of margin. But there's 4 quarters. So you got to keep going. You go, okay, here we go. I want to see what we can do at half time. Alright. But you do. Like, watching the game, and you go, okay, Carlton needs to do more here. They got off to a reasonably good start. Gold Coast had the misses, but if they kicked accurate, it would have been a different scoreline. It would have been. But it is further away to that. And then the second quarter, alright, 5-5, 35. 18 to 24. So it's like 11 points of margin. So they only kicked 2 goals 1 compared to 2 goals 3. No, 2 goals 4. So 16. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 26. So 26, 35, that's like 9 points. And that's telling me that, okay, halftime, Gold Coast are at it. Unfortunately, 2 goals 3 to 2 goals 4. Again, Gold Coast could have been in front. It felt like Gold Coast were dominating the game at stints and periods of it. I think that now. But that's what it is. Like that. I think there is a difference that, okay, Carlton did well to hang on, but theoretically, if Gold Coast kicked a couple early, it's a different story. Like, it's not the same. In the third quarter, Carlton kicked 1 goal 3 to 2 goals, no, until 4 goals 1. That's telling me something. That's telling me that Gold Coast had the mentality of, we're in this game, we've dominated for patches of this, and we've put that on the scoreboard in the third quarter. And the third quarter, again, is a quarter where Carlton, look, they didn't concede 5 goals. And, that's all great. But it's how you play as a team. And Carlton just don't get it. They just don't get that to the point where they can perform. So, what is the issue compared to the last quarter? 2 goals 1. 2 goals 1. No, 2 goals, 2 goals 1 to 2 goals 1. So what is it? I want to know. I want to know. It lack of pressure? Potentially? Or not? So, if that's what Carlton are about as a club, cannot trust them. Cannot trust Carlton on my footy tips every week. No, the answer is that is no. Why? Why is it a no? Because they're too much inconsistent. And the facts are, where you want to bag for Carlton because you want to see them win, and especially against North Melbourne. Oh, look, obviously this loss is more worse than North Melbourne, that they actually got smacked. But there's no heart at the moment. There is no heart. And I feel for Carlton supporters. When Pomenos does this review, I like to know what he says. My Blue Heaven, he's broken now. He's absolutely broken because of this football club continuously, and even Blue Broad, Like, it's straight back to reality, isn't it? I've seen Carlton play more times than not, for the obvious reasons. But it's not easy. It's not easy. So, you should never expect a game's going to be easy beats. Do I expect that will be Hawthorn? Yeah, but do I think it will be an easy game? I don't think so. Because Clarkson always finds a way against us. Look, Bucks isn't coaching, Robert Harvey is. So it'll be interesting to see, okay, what happens. Did I pick against us against West Coast? Yeah, sure I did. Why was that? Because I looked at the game before that, and I go, fuck. I don't think we'll win. Against Port Adelaide, like, it wasn't as bad. I think West Coast were a better team than us. How West Coast set up and the way that we did play, I thought that we were in trouble. They proved me wrong. Great. I like to see efforts again. Like, I'm up and about when we win. When we lose, I'm not. But I like to sleep on it. I don't like doing a review straight away, because that can lead to one or two things. That can lead to, well, is it the playing group? Or is it the coaching stuff? Like, if I ever do one, it's not going to be good. If I'm more calm, if I'm still angry about the game, at least I've got that passion in me. But at least I've got more time to digest it. Digest the game and go, okay, this is what went wrong. You want to be irrational about it. You want to, whatever how long it takes to calm down after a game, sure. But I always do reviews. Like, there are some umpiring decisions, yes, but in like the Essendon game, that was a clash. I don't know how much of that was. Against Carlton, were there jumper clashes? Yeah, there were. But does the AFL have the balls to do something about it? No, but when it's us, they do. So it's all about how you perform as a club for that reason. The mentality of Carlton now is that you got Port Adelaide and GWS. Now, Carlton have lost 3 in a row. But when you review the season and you go, okay, well, what wins did I have this year? And what losses did they have? I can't name it. I can't name, like, Collingwood is a really good win, but we beat them early in round 2. But Collingwood were a finals team last year. I know we're not a good team this year. I know that. This year's been, unfortunately, we had to do a little mini reset or rebuild on our list. A little bit. We had to make some tough calls. Yeah? And Carlton's changes are coming, right? There's not going to be the same people at the club. But, having said that, I just hope that they don't hide from this review. There's 2 games remaining. And the coaches' killers, for me, are the simple ones. The Gold Coast loss, West Coast, even the Sydney loss to a certain extent, the Bulldogs loss, even Melbourne. Port Adelaide, Geelong, Collingwood in round 2. You know, the shit that David Teague says in his press conference, I would be like, we just don't take it. We were lucky to lose on the margin that we did. This could have been a blown out. 8-9, 21 scoring shots, obviously to 17. So it should have been like a 4 to 5 goal win. But luckily it wasn't. So, what's that telling me is that Carlton could have lost by a lot more. The effort was there to a certain extent, and they're in the game, but this could have been a blown out, and it wasn't. On top of that, so yeah, it's the type of games that you have a look as well. But that's going to be the end of my video. And look, it's obviously I did a review of Carlton, and it certainly was. But it is what it is. So like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, go the Pies.